You're about to learn a remarkably simple and easy technique to learn to clearly pronounce all 4 vowel sounds in English that come from the front of your mouth. Now, if you're often feeling shy in English or self-conscious, or like your colleagues don't respect you because of your pronunciation, or like you don't want to speak in meetings because you feel like you'll be judged, or just feel really self-conscious when you speak, then this pronunciation training is going to be invaluable for helping you to become confident in your English, help you to speak English clearly so you're not getting asked to repeat yourself. And that's going to really positively affect your performance at work and help you to progress in your career, and also to have more fun making friends and talking to people in your social life. So let's get right to it. In the last pronunciation tutorial that I filmed and put on the YouTube channel, I talked you through the 7 English vowel sounds that come from the middle and the back of the mouth that are really confusing and hard to tell the difference between. So if you want to learn more about those 7 sounds, and I highly recommend that after this training you watch them, then I will link to that below this video, and you might see a card pop up somewhere along the top of the screen during this video. But just for now, let's dive right in with these 4 sounds here, okay? So the first thing to say is this. As you may well know, if you've been watching many of my tutorials, there are 20 vowel sounds in spoken English. And that's why learners of English struggle so much with English vowel sounds, because there are just vowel sounds in English that either don't exist in your language or that do exist, but that just come from a different place in the mouth. It's the same when English speakers learn other languages. The whole reason why I enjoy teaching English pronunciation is because when I lived in Brazil and Japan, I struggled with their pronunciation. So the goal of this tutorial is just simply to help you to become confident with these sounds and get all the benefits of feeling confident and performing at your best. So in English, there are 2 kinds of vowel sounds. There are long vowel sounds like E or R or O. They last. And then there are short vowel sounds like I, E, A, O, And one of the main difficulties that people have when it comes to English vowel sounds is hearing and understanding the difference between long and short vowel sounds. So let me start by giving you the really simple technique to clearly differentiate between the 2. This is a technique I came up with because I was just not seeing any good ways out there of explaining to people how to easily hear the difference between long and short vowel sounds. This technique alone can transform your English pronunciation, okay? So for a long English vowel sound, when you're practicing it, like you're going to do with one of these sounds behind me in a second, I want you to hold it for 2 seconds. So take this sound at the top here. This is E, as in the sea, or I see, or T. I'm going to have a cup of English tea, okay? When you're practicing it, practice holding it for 2 seconds, okay? By practicing it for 2 seconds, you're going to get comfortable feeling the sound as a longer vowel sound. And that's going to really help you in differentiating that long vowel sound to the other short vowel sounds that come from a very similar position in the mouth, okay? So you've got long vowel sounds that last, and you've got short vowel sounds that are very short and punchy, and they're just like clicking your fingers, okay? So let's go back to the board. We've got one long vowel sound that comes from the front of the mouth, and that's this one here. E, as in see, okay? The other 3 vowel sounds that come right from the front of the mouth are I, as in sit. Now, pay attention. Seat, sit, seat, sit. Okay, we'll go back to that in a second. Then we've got the short English vowel sound E, as in set. And then we've got the short English vowel sound A, as in sat. Okay, now I explain these vowel sounds in much more detail in other videos here on the YouTube channel, also in my private email list that's free for subscribers to subscribe to, but I give a lot of value there. And then also in extensive and even more detail in the How to Speak English Clearly training program. if you are really invested in actually becoming confident in your English speaking, I highly recommend checking that out because there's everything that you need to get you speaking confidently as a professional in English. But what I want to tell you right now, which is super, super important, is this. You see here numbers that I've written, okay? Again, this is another technique that I came up with to help my clients who are learning pronunciation to understand how to feel the difference between these vowel sounds in the mouth. If you don't have anything to reference the sounds against, then it's very hard to actually say, oh, just do this, just do that, just do this, just do that. So I came up with this technique. Again, if you've watched my tutorials, you know what I'm talking about here, which is the finger technique, okay? So take and all right? Set, sat. You might struggle to hear the difference between those sounds. You also might struggle to pronounce the difference between those two sounds. And if speaking English clearly is important for your career development, then it's essential that you're pronouncing these vowel sounds clearly. So what you see here with these numbers are fingers that can fit between your teeth to help you to understand how wide open the mouth should be when you make them. Okay, so let's go through these sounds now. And I'm just going to show you exactly what I mean for each sound. Take this sound here, seat, okay, E, long E. My mouth is so close together when I make the sound that I can only fit half a finger in between my teeth, all right? So you can test that in two ways. You can either go E, can I squeeze a finger in? E, you shouldn't be able to. Or you can put your finger in between your teeth where you can fit one in, that's for the sound here, I, and then bite down on your finger until it hurts, and then you're going to be in the right position for the long E vowel sound. Let's do that now. Ow, that's hurting me. E, that's hurting me, and I'm just about close enough together there with my teeth. Really, I could go a little bit closer, where I couldn't even squeeze my finger in. E, E. Follow along with me and try and do this yourself right now. E, E. If you push your finger in, E, it's just not going. All right? So for C, let me write this on the board so you can see. C, excuse the writing, bad writing. I see with my eyes is pronounced like this, okay? With half a finger going between your teeth, okay? I, as in sit. I'll put a T here as well. So we're going to, there we go. We've got seat now as in something that we sit on. We're going to use all the same words apart from the vowel sound in the middle. Okay. And that's going to really help you to actually understand this in much more context. Okay. So for sit, I can just about fit one finger in between my teeth. I. Sit, sit, sit. Okay, the finger fits in fine, but for seat, it doesn't. Seat, no, sit, one finger fits in fine. A useful point to mention, this is quite a technical point. It's not vital to speaking clearly, but it's just useful to know. If you see, I've drawn this a bit further back than this one here. That's because it still comes from the front of your mouth, but the position of your tongue is just a slightly tiny bit further back in the mouth, okay? It doesn't really matter. It's more of a technicality, but just make sure that if I just go between the two now, my tongue just goes a tiny bit further back in my mouth when I'm making the sound, okay? Don't worry too much about it. It's just useful to know, all right? So now we come down to this word, and this word is set. All right, 1.5 fingers. So let's have a look at that. Set, set, set. Okay, 2 fingers won't fit in. Set, set, set. But one can vibrate up and down. Set, Okay, again, short English vowel sound. And finally, 2 fingers for this sound here. It's a funny symbol, but that's because it's the International Phonetic Alphabet symbol, but it's the A sound, as in sat, Okay, and again, excuse the bad writing. I'm kind of writing in a funny position here. All right, so 2 fingers, sat, 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 Okay, let's just now go through all 4 words and so you can hear them in context. Okay, I'm going to go start at the top, work my way down, and then go back up again. Okay, so seat, sit, set, sat, set, sit, seat, sit, set, sat, set, sit, seat. Okay, so there you have it. The 4 vowel sounds that come from the front of the mouth. It's essential to get these right, okay? Because so often I hear people confusing these 2 ones here. They'll confuse seat and sit, or much more dangerously, sheet and shit, as in bed sheet and shit, which is a rude word for going to the toilet and doing a poo. Okay, or even beach and bitch. We love going on a holiday and going to the beach, but we do not like being called a bitch because it's extremely rude and offensive. Okay, that's these 2 here. These 2 here, again, very often get confused. Set, sat, set, sat. Okay, and it's all because of the height in the mouth. So you've got 2 very actionable tips you can take away to learn these 4 sounds, more or less like that. Okay, if you spend half an hour practicing this right now or over the course of the next week, you will get these sounds right. Okay, if you use the techniques that I've shared with you here on the training. So the finger technique, I came up with it, and it's the best way that I have found in all my years of studying and devouring pronunciation. It's the best technique to easily and quickly learn where these sounds come from in your mouth. And then for long vowel sounds, again, which is really how you can tell the difference between these 2 here, you want to hold the long vowel sounds, especially in practice mode like now, for 2 seconds. Okay, so seat, 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 or feet, my feet are hurting. That's compared to sit or fit. Okay, seat, sit, feet, fit. All right. And again, the reason why we practice this slowly is so when it comes to actually speaking quickly, you're consciously aware that this long vowel sound and all the other long vowel sounds should be held for just a little bit longer. Okay, so I hope you found this tutorial useful. If you follow along and actually do the work, it will get results. Okay, it's as simple as that. It will get you results. So if you're looking to become more confident when you're speaking English in front of others, in meetings or at job interviews, or looking to get more confident when you're making small talk with maybe your neighbour or someone at a social event, or whatever you want to use English for. If you're looking to feel confident and to be easily understood, which is essential for work and just general life in English, and you want to really reach your potential in English and perform at your best, then learning this stuff is absolutely essential, okay? So make sure to subscribe and turn notifications on if you found this tutorial useful. You're also going to see an advert from me probably pop up over the next few days if you've watched this video, inviting you to attend my How to Speak English Clearly pronunciation masterclass, which shows you step by step exactly what you need to do to master pronunciation in an easy and step-by-step way where you simply follow along to tutorials and processes, and that's going to enable you to truly become confident in your English speaking, perform at your best, and get the results that you want to achieve in both English and in your life. Okay, so make sure if you see the video or when you see the advert to attend the training. It's super valuable. I spent half of last year actually creating it, and the feedback has been incredible from those who have watched it. So make sure to watch that, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the training and in the next pronunciation tutorial. My name is Michael Roberts. Say yes to speaking clearly, say yes to feeling confident, and say yes to being happy when you're speaking English. I'll see you soon.